is at the 25. Here are the Commanders for the
on any given play. That's why so many.
And right away he lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered.
As you and I both know, one reason team script plays.
The fumble. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his big tight end here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the field.
The 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early. This is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The Cowboys hit 9-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. And
he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Off the play fake. Hankins. Open man. Here's Schwartz, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team. But not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the
first and goal, expect him to tackle right here on this play.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Back to no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let it put some points on the board.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Prescott now from the 50. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's going to be out. before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Inside give to Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in week 11.
Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Prescott now. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Hankins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Prescott from the gun.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Prescott on 4th down.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Prescott yet again. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The 10-play drive that time.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake, Got the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Mark that one against one of the top left tackles in the league, Tyron Smith. Throwing, Prescott. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This ball complete to Rager.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Second down and 3.
Operating from the gun, Hankins.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
So 3 points left on the table thanks to a great play there on special teams. They just couldn't protect long enough, Charles, to get that kick away.
Yeah, special teams coaches aren't just simply there to applaud, right? And they're not just there to encourage. They're there to find weaknesses where you can go block the kick. Give them big credit for that one. Good scouting, and they executed it well.
So we have come to halftime.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you go back the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you...
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the
Cowboys are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, it's Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Prescott. That pass taken in by Burks. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. First down, Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury. And
that little touch pass, they saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second and 7. Now Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! From 13 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to throw on second down.
Hankins got an open man. It's Schwartz finding space at the 40.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Hankins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Looking to throw. Hankins.
Open right side, complete to Rager.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Rager, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And the drive was polished off on the touchdown catch by Jalen Rager. This one fielded at the 5.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. A first down throw for Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
He's got room at the 30.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Washington offense back out there. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
Throwing to start the drive. Hankins looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holmes. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pass it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Prescott.
Ball delivered complete on the crossing route, Gallup.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 are fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
To throw on second down, Hankins. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Holmes. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one is going, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Second down and a run by Robinson. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Operating from the gun, Hankins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And some room to run now. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Pass on for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high.